Sure Tov, everyone. Welcome to Tell Stories for Saturday night. The title of this week's video is An Angry Prophecy. I excerpted and adapted it from the book Tales of the Holocaust by Yafa Eliach. As sometimes happens, sometimes unfortunately happens, there was antagonism between two Hasidic groups, Belz and Munkach. Ever since the Belzer Rebbe, Rabbi Yisachar Dov Rokeach, moved from Poland to live in Hungary from 1912 to 1921, having sought refuge there from World War I. Rabbi Yisachar Dov Rokeach of Belz was the third Rebbe in the Belz Hasidic dynasty from 1894 until his passing on the 22nd of Cheshvan in 1926. He was renowned as a miracle worker and attracted thousands of devoted followers. A prominent leader of Galician Jewry, he strongly opposed the fledgling Zionist movement, which he saw as a threat to Jewish continuity, as did the Munkacher Rebbe, who will be introduced in a few moments. Certain Belzer Chassid who lived in Munkach, Rabbi Moshe Silver, who was a descendant of the prominent Sanz Hasidic dynasty, although he was a Belzer Chassid, not a Sanzer Chassid, he did not get along at all with the Munkacher Rebbe. As I said, he lived there in Munkach. He didn't get along with the Rebbe, Rabbi Chaim Elazar Shapira in American, author of one of the 20th century's most respected works on Jewish law, which he titled Minchat Eliezer. Rabbi Chaim Eliezer Shapira, the Munkacher Rebbe, wrote and published over 20 books on Jewish law, Torah, Hasidism, and religious philosophy and customs. His most notable work, which made him world famous, was the scholarly work Minchas Eliezer, which contained 6 volumes. He passed away on the 2nd of Sivan, the Jewish month we're in now, 1937. One day, during a lively argument, the Munkacher Rebbe turned around and in an angry tone said to the Belzer Chassid, Moshe Silver, "You will die with your talis katan on." For those of you that are unfamiliar with the term talit katan, the miniature talis, it's a 4-cornered, sleeveless, poncho-styled garment with 8 tzitzit strings hanging from each of the 4 corners. The mitzvah attached tzitzit strands to 4 garments is explained at the end of the Torah reading of Shalach, which was read in shuls today, Shabbat, only in Israel, and will be studied and throughout the new week and read publicly next Shabbat. Moshe Silver kept the Rebbe's strange, unpleasant-sounding words in his heart, and that he would die with his talis katan on. Years passed. After all, why shouldn't he? He always wears his talis katan. So what's the point of what he's saying? Years passed. World War II engulfed Europe. In April 1944, a brutal deportation was initiated in Munkach, and by May 30th, the city was pronounced Judenrein. The ghetto had been liquidated, and all its Jews deported to Auschwitz. Among the deportees was the Belzer Chassid Rabbi Moshe Silver. Despite the hunger, disease, slave labor, and the constant threat of random executions, Moshe Silver was certain that he was going to survive the war. How could he be so sure? Because in Auschwitz it was impossible and punishable by death to wear a talis katan. Since words spoken by the tzaddik must be fulfilled, his Belzer opponent had faith that death would have no power over him as so long as he was not wearing his mitzvah garment. And indeed, Moshe Silver survived the Auschwitz inferno. Afterwards, proudly wearing his talis katan, he moved to the USA and eventually settled in Monsey, New York, a town with a prominent majority of religious Jews. He used to frequently retell his personal story about the miraculous powers of his former adversary, the Munkacher Rebbe. At the end, as in an afterthought, he would add, "A genuine Hasidic Rebbe is like a master diamond cutter. He takes a man and cuts away all the roughness, all the waste. He does it with a tale, a tune, and lots of wisdom. The end result is a polished, precious stone, a chassid. Only great masters can do it. The Munkacher was such a Rebbe." May the merit of of the Rebbe's in this story, and all of the great Admorim, all of the great Hasidic Rebbe's, and especially the Babich Rebbe. May they protect us and keep us safe, and even if we're males, and wearing a talis katan. Shavua Tov, have an outstanding week.